Good evening. Tonight, an eye-opening story about kids in trouble. A nurse practitioner says what he witnessed inside a juvenile detention facility was so egregious he needed to expose it.
That medical professional provided us more than 60 medical records redacted to ensure privacy. Those records raise questions about whether this privately run facility is failing to care for troubled teens, many of whom are in state custody. Here's the I-Team's Alana Otler with her latest investigation.
The Middle Tennessee Juvenile Detention Center holds teens who have been accused of delinquent offenses, everything from theft to rape. But the people you're about to hear from say a child should never be denied medical attention.
And there's no greater blessing than having you for my mother.
Carissa Taylor spent the past Mother's Day without her 17-year-old son. For years, the teen has spent time at various juvenile detention centers, and Taylor says she'll never forget what happened at this center in Columbia.
It was very scary. Not knowing what he was thinking, what he might be doing, if I'd ever see him again, or anything of that nature.
Taylor says she received a call from State Crisis Services informing her that her son had tried to kill himself at the Middle Tennessee Juvenile Detention Center. But Taylor says she found herself, not the center, calling 911.
He had tried to commit suicide. He cut himself and everything, and they won't transport him. Can the ambulance come get him and transport him?
The mother says for whatever reason, the facility would not transport her son.
Did they not send him to the hospital?
No, ma'am.
And a Channel 4 I-Team investigation found a former nurse and former employee share concerns about how these teens get medical attention.
They need to be held accountable to make sure these kids are getting the proper treatment.
And when we went to get answers, the director of this private facility, Tom Irwin, refused to talk to us. Are these kids getting the medical attention that they need in the time that's appropriate? Chandler Anderson owns the Right Care Clinic in Columbia, which until last year provided on-site medical services to the detention center. Anderson provided the I-Team with more than 60 medical records he believes raise red flags. In some cases, he claims the center even flouted their medical advice.
We absolutely have failed these children.
Check out this medical record where a staffer notes that a patient with scabies had not received antifungal cream due to cost. And look at this. Right Care had to make multiple requests that teens receive a psychiatric or mental evaluation. The ex-employee says sometimes a patient needed to go to a specialist or the hospital. She claims the center's director, Tom Irwin, often resisted transporting those teens.
We don't take kids out unless it's an absolute life or death.
According to this medical record, a nurse had recommended that the center take a teen to the ER after having a seizure. Instead of doing that, the nurse notes the center just called the clinic 3 times. And when a teen reported a knot in his nipple, a nurse wrote, "This is imperative this be evaluated in conjunction with a mammogram at a certified breast center." Anderson says his clinic never received confirmation that ever happened. The child's mother, who asked to stay anonymous, says she also doesn't know if her son saw a specialist.
Proper medical care is a basic human right.
So why would a facility not transport certain teens? According to this former employee, it's all about kids trying to escape.
Yeah, because a lot of that is the mindset from some of the administration, Tom, is they're just trying to get out of here. They're just trying to get to the hospital.
The I-Team requested all Columbia police reports involving the facility since 2012. And in the records provided, only one report states a teen escaped during a medical visit. In 2013, a teen tried running away from the clinic she was visiting. It's unclear how many times teens have been transported for medical reasons, yet the I-Team found it does happen.
We have a juvenile that needs an ambulance. I just need an ambulance to transport one of our youth. He's really, really pale.
Even though there's proof the center had reacted to some emergencies, Anderson says he had had enough. He says he stopped working with the center because of an incident last fall. This medical record says an employee at the center gave a patient the wrong dose of lithium, landing the teen in the hospital. But the director, Tom Irwin, had little to say about any of the allegations. Is it all made up? Are these accusations unfounded? We are trying to get your side of the story here.
I have no comment.
Chandler Anderson says the center still owes him about $500 for kids he treated. He plans to take legal action. According to Director Tom Irwin, the relationship with Anderson ended because the nurse didn't show up on time, and the former employee you heard from quit last month. Irwin released a statement that reads, in part, the allegations made have been initiated by a former disgruntled employee and former disgruntled medical practitioner. Unfortunately, in this instance, the complete story isn't being told. To this date, the center has been found to be in compliance with all state standards and cleared of any wrongdoing with regards to any allegations made.